So another feature worthy of a mention is HTC's new lock screen. You can see here it's a bit different to traditional Android lock screens in that we've got these four icons here and this little ring at the bottom. And basically this ring allows us to just drag it up to unlock the device. That part's not too dissimilar from what we've seen before on Android handsets. But it's also these four user customizable icons here that can be dragged down into the ring that changes things up a bit. As I say, you can basically choose which different applications are preset to these four icons, and then basically dragging them down into the ring here from the lock screen opens them straight up, so you can see we go straight into the camera there, instantly, which is pretty nice. Obviously very good for using with the camera, in case you need to use it quickly. You don't want to have to unlock the handset and then go into the menu to find it. And also we've got this notifications part here, so we've got a new text message and you can see that's shown on the display. If we try and tap there, you see the ring jumps just to let us know that we've got to unlock the display to actually get to it. And that brings us to the usual Android notifications bar at the top here. You can see we've got this little envelope here, which just basically lets us know we've got a message. And we can just drag that down to get to the message and read it. So if we just tap the message there, you can see Peter Griffin, test message for the HTC Salsa, little Android smiley face. So it's a pretty nice way of getting to your messages and stuff, and also it's got a few other uses. You can see we've got a list of recently used apps at the top here, and we can scroll along those and quickly navigate to them just by tapping on them. And we've also got a tab for quick settings at the bottom here, so all the usual toggles that we've got on the home screen as well, which we don't have to have on the home screen because they're up here, Wi-Fi and GPS and Bluetooth and such. And you can also go into the full settings menu directly from here as well, which is quite handy. Going back, we'll just show you the camera now. You can see if I just long press the shutter button, we go straight into the camera. And if we press the shutter button down halfway, you can hear the camera actually focuses, and then push it fully, and it'll take the photo. And you can see there's a bit of lag there. Quite a lot of experience that there was sort of like a motion blur from where I pressed it, and then you expect it to take the photo, and it takes a little longer than expected. So it's the laggiest camera I've used in a while on a smartphone. I'm not sure why there's that lag. And camera shots weren't great either, to be honest. There's some samples in our full written review on the mobileburn website. But overall it seems to work fine. You've got all the usual settings that you would expect in HTC camera here in the menu, white balance and ISO and things. And if we go back, you should really get the Facebook button flashing. It seems to be a bit intermittent and do it sometimes but not others. But we can also just tap to focus here, and you can tap anywhere on the display to focus. So if you want to focus in the top right corner, for example, you can tap up there, so selective focus. And then we can basically just press the Facebook button, and that'll actually take a photo and straight away load up this page here, which allows us to upload the photo to Facebook. We can choose the album that it's put in on Facebook. We can choose who sees it, just our friends, or make it more public, and we can add a tag and a message and stuff as well, so that's pretty handy. Alternatively, so you can see the buttons lighting up now a bit late. Alternatively, we can take a photo normally, and then we can hit the Facebook button now, or just use this share button here. Now, it seems a bit strange to me. The share button seems to basically just duplicate the function of the Facebook button. You see we can upload to Facebook straight from here as well, and it's basically no different from using the Facebook button. Just go into the gallery and show you again. And from here we can also upload to a few other services too. So for example, we can upload to Flickr, we can upload to Gmail, Mail, Messages, various different places, Picasa, or upload to Twitter even. And obviously all this isn't available from the Facebook button. You can only upload to Facebook with this button. So it seems a bit weird to have the button when we've got the share key on the screen that allows us to do more different things. But that's just the way it is on the Salsa. Going back now, we'll show you the web browser quickly. Just open it up here. It's a standard WebKit browser that you see on most other Android devices. And if I just quickly go into the bookmarks here, should have the mobileburn web page bookmarked. You saw the nice thumbnail view of the pages then, that they're at the bookmark pages. And you can see the Facebook button is starting to flash again, which says basically that we can share this on Facebook, which I'll show you in a moment. First of all, you can see it loads up the page pretty quick. We're on a Wi-Fi connection at the moment, so it should get data pretty quick. You can see the flash content is loaded up pretty quickly as well. It doesn't take too long at all. This one little video here hasn't loaded up, but that's the same on the HTC Sensation, also the Flyer as well, so you can't really blame the lower end Salsa for not being able to load that either. You get the usual things like double tap to zoom and it reflows the text. Bit hit and miss there, you can see it's still sort of coming off the page, and sometimes it'll reflow the text but put you on a blank area of screen, for example. You can also pinch to zoom if you'd prefer, and again it reflows. And you can view in landscape mode just by literally flipping the phone on its side, which is quite handy. And we can zoom in and out in there as well. So it's a relatively decent experience. The 100 MHz processor does pretty well. Sometimes there's the odd bit of lag, but at the moment you can see it's running quite smoothly. The only thing is the bookmarks bar here used to be available in sort of a widget that you could put on the home screen, which was quite neat. But that doesn't seem to be available on the Salsa for some reason, perhaps memory constraints, I'm not sure. Pop back into it actually and go back to the mobileburn webpage. And I can show you the use of the Facebook button. You see it illuminating again there. Once the page loads up, we can just hit that, and basically you can see it posts the web link to the page to your wall. So you can sort of make a little caption there, sort of write a message, and basically just encourage your friends to go and check out whatever it is that you've just been looking at, and you can choose different pictures, but it doesn't seem to be showing them at the moment. So that's quite neat as well, and allows you to share that quite quickly with your friends. Here though, there's no option for, there's no share button to share via Twitter or anything else, so the Facebook button makes a little bit more sense in the browser than it did in the gallery and the camera. Lastly, we're just going to go into music, which we can get to from this widget here. So we just tap on the album art here, you can see it takes us into the full music player, and again you can see the Facebook button started pulsating there. And we can hit that, and again that'll basically post some information about the song to our wall, which is quite handy, and it can also link to the song on Amazon if it can find it as well. So again, it gives an extra use for the Facebook button. Again, that's not available. There's no share button usually. It's just a function of the Facebook button that you get on this particular handset. Obviously, a paramount feature on the HTC Salsa, being a Facebook phone, is the Facebook application itself. And it seems unchanged from other Android devices. It's just sort of the standard Facebook app. So obviously you've got all the usual functions and features that you would expect to find, and you can just basically view your sort of friend stream, your friends' updates, and it all works pretty well. I mean, there's nothing really new here that we haven't seen on previous Android devices, which is a bit of a shame really. It would have been nice to see something new on the Salsa that other handsets didn't have, because if I'm honest, the Facebook functionality from this button seems quite limited. I mean, other than being able to share your music and photos and web pages by just one tap on the button and then a couple of taps on the screen, it really doesn't have much more of a use than just that very simple function that I mentioned then. So overall, it's a pretty decent handset, sort of low to mid-range handset. Pretty decent spec list. The camera's not great, and the Facebook button seems a bit sort of half-baked at the moment, with not quite the full feature functionality that we might have expected from a Facebook-specific phone. But overall, it's a decent handset, and if you're really into your Facebook and social messaging and social networking, it's definitely a handset that's worth a good look at. Anyway, check out the full review on the website, which is complete with videos and photos and such. And thanks for watching. I'm Russ Jeffers from mobileburn.com.